Hey, this is my third blog, and I just wanted to let you know what I've been doing a little bit. I've been doing some portraits, and one that I'm just putting the finishing touches on. Actually, I just finished it yesterday. I'd like to show you in a minute here. It's what I call an oil head study. It is a portrait. About a year and a half ago, I started doing 9 by 12 portraits, oil head studies, to offer to people at a much lower price than my $7,500 larger head and shoulders portraits, which really often ended up being head to waist, but didn't include the hands, that sort of thing. So for years I've painted these oil head studies for myself of dancers, and mostly dancers, but some models, that sort of thing. So I decided to offer these again, so that people could afford them more. And then after that, I decided to offer a larger version of this. So the background's not quite as finished; it's more vignette-y, and the skin layers of skin and hair are not quite as finished as my regular portraits. But I love doing them. I love the spontaneity of them. I love the looseness of them, and here's one that I just finished, like I said, and this one is a 16 by 18. I always paint these unstretched. I like to have that harder surface, so I just tape them out. When I'm done, I then stretch them, and that way I can juke it a half an inch to the right or left or up or down if it helps the composition. So I like to work it that way. And I wanted to show you some, real close-ups of this, the way I lay paint down with the brush. I worked on a glass palette, and underneath the glass is a monotone, sort of a warmish gray piece of cardboard, and then I taped that around, a fairly large piece of glass. Also, I wanted to show you this portrait, this 9 by 12 oil head study that I did maybe a year and a half, year or 2 years ago, that I really love. And I've done 4 portraits for this family, a wonderful family down in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and they have beautiful children. They've been fun to paint, and this is one that I did for them. And it's a 9 by 12, and it's very loose. I love the light. What I did was I photographed this girl, probably shot about 300, 400, 500 pictures of her in different settings, and bounced some light from the sun up into her face outside, and then worked from those photographs. I use a lot of Rembrandt. Also use some Grumbacher that I find I absolutely love some of those colors. As far as white, I've kind of gone through different whites, and as long as it's white, I don't care. As long as it's white and it's fluid, it's not too stiff. I really like it. So, and I'll probably keep changing that. Brushes, I grab whatever I like, stick with it. I'll talk about those maybe on another one. I love the Langnickel. I use Turpenoid as a thinner, and I don't like to use it much. I mostly use it to wash my paints at the end of the day. I like for that paint to carry over, and you'll notice that I have a lot of color on one brush, and I do that because I like that when I drag it across, I like for different colors to come off. Sometimes I will mix for a specific solid color, but I absolutely love and recommend getting a little bit bolder. Dab around in your palette till you figure out the colors you want, and lay it on there, and don't touch it, don't work it to death. Just lay it on there and leave it where it is, and let that dry. Later you can come through and go over it again with something else and let that show through some. So thanks for coming. We'll try to, I'm not really sure what I'll do next time, but these will all vary, so we'll see where we go with this. And so thanks again, and please check back maybe in 2 weeks, something like that, and hopefully I'll have something more.